जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय 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 राधा रमन हरि बोल, 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 जय जय Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, ओ जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Nita 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 Gorango, Nil Nitai 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 Gauranga. Oh Nitai 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 Gauranga. Bolo Nitai 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 Gauranga. Nitai 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 Gauranga. Nitai 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 Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Jai Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nita 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 Nitai Gauranga. Nita 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 Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nita 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 Nitai Gauranga. Oh Nita 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 Nitai Gauranga. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Oh Hari Bol, 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 हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, माला हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताई गौर हरि निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. I was telling your mala is there on your feet. It's not supposed to be there. Put on your neck. And you refer to that mala I wanted. I didn't wanted this. Okay. Welcome. Anything. Garland of flowers or garland of sleepers? Both are welcome. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय स्थलालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. विरागविद्या निजभक्तियोगं शिक्षायकं सपुरुषं पुराणं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम्बुधियास्तमं प्रपद्ये. वागीशयस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य वक्षसि यस्यस्ते हृदये संवित् तं नृसिंहं भजे. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्नं वृन्दे नमस्ते शरणारविन्दम्. प्रमद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरते रचयति नवयुनो दन्दमस्मि नमः इति केलकालनाथ लग्न कस्य द्योरमे निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनकम् निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। One more time. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Gurudeva ki jai. So, in the sequence of hearing the glories of Srila Gurudev on his disappearance day, Aprakata Leela, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, on the disappearance day of his Guru Maharaj, Shri Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, he gave a wonderful lecture and he said, even though today is the disappearance day of my Guru Maharaj, but I see this as appearance day of my Guru Maharaj. So devotees got a little bewildered. No, appearance is different, disappearance is totally different. Srila Prabhupada said, because I am hearing the glories of my Guru Maharaj from all of you, and by hearing the glories of Acharya or my Guru Maharaj from all of you, my Guru Dev, my Guru Padma is appearing in my heart. Understand? So there is nothing which is called disappearance. Everything is appearance from a higher perspective. And that's why Prabhu other day said very well said that it's aprakat leela. Prakat and aprakat, sunrise and sunset, sun is always there. We all gathered here, we heard from respective speakers the glories of Srila Gurudev, and what's happening by hearing that? The appearance of Guru is manifesting in the heart by hearing the glories, by hearing the qualities. What is Shri Guru? The meaning of Guru is heavy, not heavy in weight. Gu Shabd Andakarasya Rutav Avarodaka. The definition of Guru is Gu means darkness and Ru means one who dissipates that darkness. So, this is a definition of Guru. Heavy in what? Another meaning of Guru means heavy. Is heavy in his conceptions, is heavy in the Shastras, is heavy in the services for his Guru Padma. And we saw Srila Gurudev was very heavy. And in other sense, in a basic meaning, he was actually very heavy on many devotees. Physically heavy also. And that was his love, his affection. Like a parents, they always want to correct their children. So Gurudev was a very affectionate parent who was taking care of all his disciples, Diksha and Shiksha disciples. He never considered, just like Shri Mahaprabhu, he never considered you're mine or you're not mine. You're qualified or you're not qualified. And there is a one verse. Patra apatra vicharam na kurute nacham paravikshate. not considering you are qualified and you're not qualified, Mahaprabhu gave his love equally to everyone without any consideration. Similarly, as an associate of Sri Mahaprabhu, Srila Gurudev never ever discriminate that you are my disciple and you are not my disciple. You know, we all witness of this. And Gurudev, sometimes very humorous, and in jokes he is saying, that's why my name is Narayan. Narayan means, Nar means all the jivas, Nar means all the incarnations, and Ayan means the shelter. The shelter of all the jivas is Krishna. The shelter of all the incarnations is Krishna. So, Gurudev said, my name is Narayan, means I am the shelter of all of you. So, I never discriminate, Gurudev said, that this particular section is my disciples and they are from other Gurudevs. He was like Jeev Goswami. We see the presence of the Shat Goswamis in Gurudev. As Shri Jeev Goswami was not Diksha Guru of Narottam Thakur, Shyamanand Prabhu and Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. Who was Gurudev or Narottam Thakur? Huh? Shri Loknath Goswami. Who was Gurudev of Srinivas Acharya Prabhu?
Gopal Bhatta Goswami.
Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And who's Gurudev of Shyamanand Prabhu? Huh? Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu. But these three personalities, they came to Jeev Goswami. And Jeev Goswami Pad, he gave equal teachings to three of them. Without even considering they are not my disciples, how can I train them? If I train them, they are going to sing the glories of their respected gurus, then what's my purpose? That narrow conception, gross conception wasn't there. Gurudev said, that's why in spiritual realm, there is no any gross or narrow conception. Everything is very subtle and very broad conception. That's Bhagavati Parampara. Understand? It's a Bhagavati Parampara. So therefore, we see the disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, disciples of Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, disciples of Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, disciples of Sri Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj, and many other disciples of Bhakti Sri Rup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj. They all took shelter of Srila Gurudev, and Gurudev equally trained them, equally gave them all his love and affection without any discrimination. This is one of the beautiful quality of Srila Gurudev. Generally it happens, to one's disciple, yeah, they are mine. And other Guru disciples, they are not mine. It happens. Very obvious. But special quality of Srila Gurudev in here, he never ever discriminate. And on top of that, I can relate one pastime, my personal story, where he chastised his own disciple who was spreading rumors around in the temple that why me and my godfather, we are not Gurudev disciple, and why Gurudev loves and gives so much attention to us more than any other. Gurudev said, my favorite area of service is publication. Whereas all other areas are equally same, preaching also, parikramas also, and he said, 3 P's. Parikrama, preaching and publication. Didi is very fond of prasad. You can add one more P, and that's prasad. Area of services. Publication preaching and parikrama. Understand? But amongst these three, publication was very dear to Srila Gurudev. And because this is again, sure mat bachao, please don't make noise. I'm getting distracted. When I first came to Gurudev, one day he called upon me and my godbrother Malakya Prabhu, and he said, I want you both to work on my publication. And I was nervous. What? I have no experience. I don't know how to translate, how to do edit. I don't know how to operate computers, nothing. Gurudev said, you will get to know soon. But just begin this. Anyhow, with his blessings, his energy, his blessings, his potency, we learned very quick and we were doing this. I'm not going detail into that. But one brahmachari who was totally against this concept that why are we getting so much attention from Srila Gurudev? So he started gossiping around that they are not Gurudev disciples and they are taking over our temple. We are Gurudev disciple and this is our Gurudev temple. This is what he was gossiping all over. When Gurudev came back to Mathura from his travel, preaching travel tour, he came to know from his personal servant that this is what's happening. Gurudev called upon him. I'm not telling his name, but he said, call him. He thought, because he just published the monthly Hindi magazine, Gurudev wanted to see that and want to appreciate and give some blessings to him. He was very happy. Came in Gurudev room because it's not allowed to enter Gurudev room so easy. So because his name was called upon, he came there. Very happy mood. Gurudev, this is new magazine. And Gurudev said, yes, show me. And he came close to Gurudev. Gurudev slapped him. And he was surprised. What? What wrong I did? I just brought a monthly magazine to you. Any mistake in there? Anything? Gurudev said, what I'm hearing about you. How dare you can say this is your Gurudev temple and others are staying in your Gurudev temple. They all are my disciples. And if you speak like this, then you are not my disciple. I reject you. If you ever speak like this and never made any distinguish between who is mine and who is not mine. They all are mine. One who served me is mine. But anyone who's taken initiation from me and not serving me, where is that love? Where is that connection? Gurudev said our connection is the connection of service. I'm serving my Guru Padma and you all are assisting me in your limited capacities to serve the mission of Prabhupada, Mahaprabhu. And our connection is service connection, it's not physical connection. Just the close proximity is not enough. The proximity of heart has to be there. Understand? And our proximity, Gurudev said, this is his words. Our connection, our proximity is with service mood. I'm serving, and when you are also dedicated serving, then we are connected. And you will feel that connection. You will realize that connection. And if you're not serving, and if you're not serving properly, we are not connected. And that's why the appearance of Shri Guru doesn't come to the heart. The appearance of Guru is not just a physical appearance, like a figure. We have Shri Guru, we know his figure, tall personality, and not just the features, but the higher concept of Shri Guru is his concepts, his moods, and anyone who embraces those moods of Shri Guru actually holds the legacy of Shri Guru. Holding the legacy of Shri Guru means what? Just like a father passes on his legacy to his children. Similarly, Shri Guru also passed on his legacy of service to his disciples who are honest and those who want to sincerely serve him. And to them, Gurudev always ready to embrace them. Ready to embrace them. So there are some universal instructions and there were some personal instructions to individuals. Universal instructions, he always used to speak in Harikatha. I want all of you to go out and preach. We are not here to just ring bells. I want everyone to, in your capacity, participate in, contribute in publication. Come to Parikramas. There are many, many areas of service. Go out for book distribution, etc. In this way, we are connected. But if you started saying that, you're my disciple, they are not my disciple, this is very offensive. Gurudev never ever liked this. And those who, we all know Srila Gurudev for many years. Did he ever discriminate? Never ever. So, the name Narayan suits to personality. He is the shelter of all devotees who were ready to take shelter of him. And Gurudev said, don't make this Guru Tattva to worship, to honor once a year on Guru Purnima or on the appearance and disappearance. Means today's birthday of Gurudev, we assemble together, celebrate it. Or on disappearance day or on Guru Purnima day. We are together serving, speaking his glories, and that's done. This is a very material concept, a big material concept. To worship, to serve Guru once a year on a special occasions. I was just speaking to Shyam Prabhu about this. Just like Akshaya Tritiya, right? Very auspicious day of the year. To start any new venture, business, travel, wedding, Akshaya Tritiya considered to be the best day of the year. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, from the general people concept, yes, it's a very auspicious day. But from our Gaudiya concept, the Gaudiya philosophy concept, every single day is Akshaya Tritiya. Because what is the meaning of Akshay? What is the meaning of Akshay?
Eternal.
Huh?
Eternal.
Eternal. Correct. Akshay means eternal. So there's a very general concept in India. If you donate on that day, you'll get back. You're going to get back money eternally. So people give donation on that day. Or if you do something on that day, you'll get 10 times more in return. So it's eternal results. But Srila Prabhupada said, what is eternal? Everything besides Hari Bhakti is all material. Only Hari Bhakti is eternal. And every person who is in the family of Gaudiya Math, they are observing Akshaya Tritiya every single day because they're worshipping deities, they're having darshan of deities, they're chanting mantras every day, they're reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita, all the holy scriptures every day. All these activities are eternal. So Gaudiya Math people, they always, every single day, they follow Akshaya Tritiya. Similarly, Guru Puja is not for once a year. Gurudev was jokingly and sometimes very disappointed, angrily, he's saying, when he was in Mathura, on the day of Guru Purnima, can you believe? Not hundreds, thousands of people. Thousands. I was living there. Mohini was there. Other ladies were there. We were together in Shikeshavji Gaudiya Math. I witnessed thousands in number, 5,000, 6,000 people from morning till evening, standing in queue in hot They want to have one glimpse of Srila Gurudev, bringing flowers, garland, clothes, fruits, donations. Understand? To worship him. But they only come see him once a year. And Gurudev said, this is Guru Purnima. This is material concept. Why they are doing so? Because this is a day to worship your Guru and you get all auspiciousness in your life. So actually you have all auspicious in your life. So you're just making fool of Shri Guru by getting some advantage from him. Material advantage from him. But actually Guru Puja is Gaudiya Math people. They perform Guru Puja every single day. They perform Guru Puja. Gurudev said, I do Guru Puja every single moment. I do Guru Puja every single moment. And then he gave one example. I was in Haridwar on the bank of Ganga with Srila Gurudev. And Gurudev was he was in a very deep meditation. He came out from restroom and I was just standing outside because there was only one restroom and we were sharing together. And I was waiting outside. Gurudev said, just he came out and he said, are you doing bhajan or are you doing sadhan? I didn't expect this image, this spontaneous question. Then I simply said, I'm not doing any of this. He said, no, I'm not impressed with this answer. This is, in other words, you want to say just, I don't know anything. Said, I'm not happy with this answer. Give me a proper answer. Are you doing bhajan or sadhan? Then I was thinking, I never thought of this. Very poor in understanding of scriptures. Then he said, come in my room. Sit down. And Gurudev said, you know the difference between bhajan and sadhan? I said, Gurudev, please elaborate on this. He said, listen, if I do sadhan, that is my bhajan. And if you do bhajan, this is your sadhan. I was still confused. Yes? Many of us? Many of us still confused? What is the difference? Then he mercifully elaborated on this. That was year, I think, 2003 something. So Gurudev said, listen carefully. What is the meaning of sadhan and what is the meaning of bhajan? When you collect so many ingredients together and offer that to Krishna and accept back as remnants, this is called sadhan. Just like deity worship. You have to collect some sweets, some flowers, tulasi and all that, and this is your sadhan to worship your deities. But bhajan is what? Surrender yourself and everything around you is already called surrendered. Offer yourself to Krishna, then everything you touch is already offered. This is the difference between sadhan and bhajan. Like Goswamis, they were performing very severe sadhan. Chappan dand ratri dine, jane na radha govind mine. Chari dand shui thake, swapne na radha govind mine. 22 and a half hours chanting, parikramas, obeisances, 22 and a half hours. And only 1.5 hours eating and sleeping. Such a, intense sadhan. But it looks like sadhan, but it's not sadhan, that's bhajan. Because they already offered everything. Manas deha geha jo kichumor arpilu tua pade nand kishore. O Krishna, I have offered my senses, my all thinking process, my mind, my body, my words, I surrendered everything unto you. This is called surrendering. And then whatever, wherever you touch, everything is immediately, spontaneously get offered. Just like when I was very young, 19 years, I was not a full-time devotee then. I was in with my family, my parents. So I got some friends. We came to Srila Gurudev in Mathura. In those days, it was so quiet. I'm speaking about 1991 story. Not so many people around. His door was always open, and we can go and darshan, access anytime. So after speaking, a couple of devotees, like 8-10 devotees, we traveled all the way to Mathura to hear his Harikatha. And after Harikatha, he asking one brahmachari, go and get some sweets, because sweet shop was just next to the temple in Mathura. And he ran and he brought the sweet box, and Gurudev started distributing. My friend got confused. He said, this Maharaj, he didn't offer yet. He just got purchased from market and he didn't offer yet. No tulasi, no mantras. He just, no. This is a concept. And this is what Gurudev is referring to. If one is fully offered to Krishna, then whatever is being touched by them immediately get offered. Many devotees, they bring beads, neck beads to Gurudev, and Gurudev used to just touch and give this. So where is the offering? Where is the offering? I've seen hundreds of devotees. They used to come, Gurudev, my neck bead. And he's taking this and giving back. Taking and giving back. Where did he offer? With his touch. Because he himself is offered. Completely. Mind, words, everything. Surrender to Krishna. How surrender to Krishna? By first surrendering to his Guru Pad Padma. Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasya kathitam artham prakashante mahatmana. Equally love, equal love for Krishna and for one's Guru. Then all the essence of the scriptures get manifest in the heart of that practitioner, that sadhaka. So we are in the process of sadhana. We are striving to perform sadhana. We are not even doing sadhana yet. Then what to speak of the stage of bhajan? Very high stage of bhajan. Understand? And therefore, in this stage, we have to follow the protocol, how to offer everything with mantras, everything, because we are not surrendered yet. But when the stage comes of fully surrenderedness, then there is no need for all these rituals. You know? Like if you heard Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, prominent disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He was having huge body, and because he was very, very close and dear friend of Srila Gurudev. He's disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And he was also a young boy like Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. When all these young boys, they joined Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Vaibhapuri Goswami Maharaj, all the young boys. So Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj was too much into the mood of Radharani. Always praying to Radharani, crying and weeping, always speaking about Radharani. And that's why he liked Srila Gurudev so much. Because it's same tuning there. And appreciate Gurudev's lectures, his preaching, his moods. Shri Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. So, many times when he's walking from his room to restroom, his Brahmin thread used to fall on the ground. And he was not even aware. Because he's always absorbed in the stutis, in the prayers by Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, always Radha Rani, Radha Rani, Radha. Then his disciple, his sevak, used to say, Gurudev, your Brahmin thread fell on the ground. He said, just keep there, I don't need this. I don't need this. But can you understand? What is this status called? There comes one stage when following these rules and regulation of chanting the Anik mantras, which we are doing and we are supposed to do sincerely, a stage comes when this is not required. This is not required. Just with this action we can understand His glories, where His absorption is. Because Brahmin thread is considered to be very auspicious, and we chant mantras on this Brahmin thread, the male devotees. And whenever we go restroom, we have to put in our right ear and we chant the mantras on our thumb. But a stage comes when he is fully surrendered to Radharani. No need for chanting Gayatris. No need to chant Brahmin thread. It's a very high stage, absorption there. This is called the stage of bhajan. Srila Gurudev said, I have fully surrendered. Boldly he said, I am fully surrendered to my Gurudev. I served him throughout my life, and I am expecting all of you also to become like me. I want you to become gurus. I don't want you to become servants. Because actually, Shri Guru is the best servant. Become heavy. Not putting on weight with prasada. Heavy means heavy in understanding the depth of the Shastras. This is the glories of Shri Gurudev. Whoever came in contact, he was like a touchstone. You understand touchstone? You touch touchstone with an iron, it turns to glittering gold. He was like touchstone. Whoever came in contact with Srila Gurudev, he trained all of them, well versed in all the Shastras. Well versed. That many times it happens that the sannyasis of other establishments, they get surprised. Who is speaking? Is this Narayan Maharaj speaking, or his disciples are speaking? And in gatherings in Mayapur, Puri or Vrindavan, sometimes we have some gatherings there, assemblies, and every brahmachari sannyasi get a chance to speak. So amongst all these gatherings, if a brahmachari is speaking from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or from Sandarbhas by Jiva Goswami, and speaking from the books of Rupa Raghunath, Shri Jiva Goswami and all, everyone in the assembly take this for granted that this person must be a disciple of Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. Direct Diksha or Shiksha disciple. Even, what to speak of brahmachari and sannyasis, even Gurudev's darling daughters. So fluent in speaking. He made everyone a good speaker because he was always inspiring everyone, learn verses. Don't waste your time. If you learn verses, this is going to help you in your meditation when you're chanting. Otherwise, what are you going to meditate on while you chant? Oh, the crow is flying, the eagle is there, XYZ. But most important is, when you learn a verse, even you may take 1 day, 2 days or 3 days. It's a very good habit. Then you get well versed in the scriptures. Also, good source of meditation while you're chanting your Gayatri and your Harinam. Otherwise, mind is very crazy, yes? Very crazy. It wanders in all directions, and it's so difficult to tame mind and to bring back to its position, especially when one starts chanting Gayatri. At that moment, mind gets over crazy and wants to dwell here and there in different directions. To bring that mind back in its natural position, that this time when I'm chanting Gayatri, oh my foolish mind, just stay here and meditate on Guru Gauranga, गंधर्व का गिरधारी. And how that possible? By hearing the lectures of Srila Gurudev. For example, if you go out and someone asks you, whose disciple are you? Oh, my Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Oh, very nice. Can you tell me the glories of Giriraj Govardhan? You heard from your Gurudev? Yeah, Giriraj is Krishna. Then the person may doubt. No. That means you didn't heard your Gurudev properly. No? Gurudev used to elaborate and go in depth glorifying Shri Giriraj Govardhan. What is Giriraj Govardhan? Gurudev said, Shri Giriraj Govardhan in Krishna Leela is different from Giriraj Govardhan in Gaura Leela. Who can churn this? I mean, there's everything in the scriptures. But only an expert diver can go into the ocean and swim there and can bring from the depth of the ocean, bring out all the jewels out. Expert diver. In Shastras there are so many commentaries. By Sanatana Goswami, by Vishnu Chakur Thakur, by Sridhar Swami, by Srinivasacharya Prabhu, so many commentaries. We don't even have taste to read all those. We don't even have inclination to read. But if we develop a little bit taste, like 1%, with just one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, with the commentaries, amazing, amazing, amazing. You want to feel like reading more and more and more. It's not just a basic and general concept, there are details into that. See what Srinivasacharya Prabhu is saying about any verse of Bhagavatam. See what Sanatana Goswami Pad is saying. See what Jiva Goswami has to say. Vishnu Chakur Thakur has to say. It needs a little interest, a little taste to develop this. And when it gets developed, I'm sure, I guarantee, you don't want to give up. You want to know more and more and more. So Giriraj Govardhan, in Gaura Leela, Gurudev said, see, this is Guru Tattva. There are many ways to glorify Shri Guru. One is one's personal interactions. This is one type of glorification. But that one type of glorification, personal interaction, should not be restricted with just a simple dealing. It should come out with a very strong conclusion, means a lesson from that interaction. Not that, oh, I was there, Gurudev, he was wearing a garland, he just took garland and put on me, I felt very blessed that day, which is fine. Nothing wrong in that. But what is the lesson from that? What we can derive from that? What we can extract from that? That's more important. This is called Guru Darshan. Means understanding him, seeing him with eyes of Shastras. As I said, Guru is not just a physical one-string body. There's a very limited darshan. But going in depth into the interactions, what a lesson I derive from that interaction, that's more important. And secondly, his speech, his Vani, which is very, very important. And especially on the Shastras. Shri Giriraj Govardhan, Gurudev elaborated on this. Shri Mahaprabhu, so this is the conception of Giriraj Govardhan in Gaura Leela, which is different from the conception of Giriraj Govardhan in Krishna Leela. In Gaura Leela, Mahaprabhu gave Giriraj Govardhan to Shri Raghunath Das Goswami and told Raghunath, serve Giriraj Govardhan offering Tulsi Manjaris. That means Giriraj Govardhan here is Krishna, right? Yes? we offer Tulsi Majlis to Krishna. We not offer Tulsi to Radharani, not to Shakti, but to the, not to the potency, but to the potent, means Krishna. So this is the conception of Giriraj Govardhan in Gaura Leela, as Mahaprabhu instructed Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. But there is another conception of Giriraj Govardhan Krishna Leela is where Radharani, how she is visualizing Giriraj Govardhan as. What is her perception of Giriraj Govardhan? Gurudev said, I am fond of this. How Radharani is seeing Giriraj Govardhan. And he took this verse from Venugit. Hante adarabala hariras varjyo yad Ram Krishna charan sparsh pramoda. O Giriraj, you are the best amongst all the Haridas. Haridas means all the servants of Hari. And we all know, in the beginning, 97, after his preaching tour, Gurudev produced 3 very important books back then. And Mataji already mentioned one. One was Going Beyond Vaikuntha. Amazing, huh? Moment this book came to devotees, ISKCON devotees, we all got so much. From where he got this concept? And this is from Real Bhagavatamritam. Going Beyond Vaikuntha. Another book was? No. If you tell wrong, you have to sponsor a feast. What's the next book? No. 3 books came.
So many pieces sponsors already.
We have one more day tomorrow. Please bring one prep. Okay. Going Beyond Vaikuntha. Nectar of Govind Leela. Then third, Bhakti Rasayan. 3 books. Bhakti Rasayan.
They all have very similar covers.
Similar
They're all-
covers?
Yeah.
Now we may be similar, but on those days it was not similar. So different covers. Yeah. I don't know, I forgot what I was saying. Huh?
You're talking about Giriraj and Krishna Leela.
1997 tour.
How Radharani sees Govardhan.
Yes. Haridas Varje. In those books, Gurudev mentioned about 3 Haridas. One Haridas is Yudhishthir Maharaj. Is Haridas. He served Krishna. He never ever told lies. Tell lies in his life. He dedicated himself to Krishna, so he's one Haridas. I'm not going to detail into this. Then secondly, Uddhav, Haridas. He's superior than Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why? Because he was friend of Krishna. This is how Gurudev is describing. He's a friend of Krishna. But Arjun is also friend of Krishna. Then what's the difference? We have many friends, but not all friends are intimate friends. They are like journal friends, then they are intimate friends. Arjun is very close. Sleeping together, eating together. This is Gurudev's words. Sleeping on the same bed, embracing each other, eating together. With Arjun. And also in Krishna Gita he said, Priyosme me, manmana bhakto madhyajiman namaskaru. You are my dearmost. He told to Arjun, right? But he never revealed about his gopis to Arjun. He never told Arjun, I have some affairs. And gopis are my the best. He never revealed this to Arjun. And not only that, Arjun get a mixed emotion. Means the opulence food covers his sweetness of his relationship with Krishna. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Krishna showed his universal form, before Krishna was saying, his index finger touching on his chest, Aham sarvasva prabhu, matta sarvam pravartate, iti matta vajante bhav buddha bhav samandita. I am the Lord of everyone, everything emanates from me. And then he showed his universal form. When he showed his universal form, Arjun, who was very close to Krishna and was giving orders to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, oh Keshav, take my chariot in this direction, take my chariot in that direction." But when seeing the universal form, Arjun got nervous. What I did? He's Supreme Lord. And I was taking him as my friend, my dear friend. But no, he's God. So it is called mixed emotion. It's not organic. It's a mix. The mixture of opulence in that sweetness, which Krishna never likes. He never likes that. Understand? Arjun with folded hand. Yes? What he said? Sakheti matva parvasam tavuktam. Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Sakheti. I'm so sorry. I addressed you as Krishna. I addressed you as Keshav or Yadav. I'm so sorry. You are God. Oh, I started trembling. Krishna is not happy, impressed with that. But Uddhav is the best friend. Not just the best friend. There are 3 titles given to Uddhav in Srimad Bhagavatam. Vrishti Nam Parvo Mantri Krishna Sadaita Sakha Braspati Shishya Sakshat Uddhav Buddhi Sattama. Uddhav being very intellectual. Vrishti Nam Parvo Mantri, the best amongst all the ministers in Yadavas. There are many ministers. Uddhav is the best. He used to give advices to Krishna. Krishna get bewildered many times. What to do, what not to do. Who is giving advice? Krishna is coming to Uddhav. What should I do? I don't understand. You know? At one point, Krishna got this letter from Narkasur, from so many the kings, many princes, they got captured and kidnapped by Jarasandha. They wrote a letter on the name of Krishna. A messenger came with that letter. Please, Krishna, come and kill Jarasandha and release all of us from his prison house. Krishna said, yes, well, I should go. Then another letter came. Another messenger came with a letter. To please come. Your dear Yudhishthir is inviting you for Rasu Yajna. And same time, 2 messengers. Krishna got confused. Where to go first? And he said, Uddhav, please solve this problem. Where should I go first? I don't know what to do. Uddhav said, you bewildering me by asking this question. You know everything. Krishna said, no, Uddhav, you know everything. Because you are very intellectual. Vrishtinam Parvo Mantri, best amongst all the ministers. Krishna's Daita Sakha, the dearmost friend of Krishna. And Braspati Shishya Sakshat, direct disciple of Braspati. Uddhav Buddhi Sattama, very intellectual Uddhav. And that's why Krishna chose Uddhav to go to Braj and console my Brajvasis, especially my gopis. So one day Krishna took hands of Uddhav in his hands and he said, oh my dear friend, Gacho Uddham Brajam Somyam Pitrona Pitri Mahunam Gopinam Mag Viyogadim Mas Sandesh Vimochaya. Oh dearmost, oh beautiful Uddhav, go to Braj and console my Brajvasis, but be careful. Don't apply your intelligence to console my Braj Gopis. your intelligence is not going to work there. Failure. But mas sandesh vimochaya. Just give my message as it is. What I'm writing, just speak as it is. Then they will understand. They will understand the language of love. You know, language of love is not straight. The language of love is very crooked. It's not straight. Yesterday, Bhumipati Prabhu, I was speaking to him and he reminded me of one pastime of Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Yeah, you want to hear that?
Yes.
Maharaj was on one bus ride from one destination to other, from one location to a destination, and the bus got stopped on the highway for a refreshment. Passengers can go and have some snacks and all that. Maharaj was sitting in the bus and he saw one scene. There was a tea stall and the owner of the tea stall was carrying a cane in his hand and he was thrashing, beating a young boy. Maharaj said, I was so sad to see this. And I concluded, this young small boy, he must be a servant serving the tea stall, poor guy, and he must have done something wrong, break any glass or something. I must go and help him because I can't see so much beating a young boy with a stick. Maharaj said, I never go out from bus, but seeing this scene, I got, uncontrollable. I came out and I told this tea stall person, hey, what you doing? And seeing sannyasi, he threw his stick, his cane, and he said, I'm so sorry. Why are you beating this boy? Because he broke any of your glass or some loss in your business, how much money you need? Tell me. And Maharaj took his wallet and wanted to give him money. He said, no Maharaj, he's my son. Maharaj, your son, and you beating your son like you want to kill him. Why are you doing so? You see what he said? He said, because I'm a very poor person, just selling tea for a couple of dollars, pennies. And seeing that I'm working day and night, my son, to whom I told many times, don't ever step in this tea stall. I don't want you to become poor like me. You focus on your studies. Make your career. I want you to become a good, educated person. But I don't want to become uneducated and poor like me. So don't ever step in my shop. I'm working hard for your education, but you don't have to come here. But he is so stubborn, he can't see the pain which I go through. He always come and take care of all the services, cleaning and all that. And that's why I'm tired speaking to him. I'm tired telling him, don't ever come. But he has so much love for me, he can't stay back home. He always come and help me. Maharaj said, I was shocked. This is language of love. Externally, I was thinking something different. But behind the scene, or inside story is totally different. It's all about love. The beating is love. It's not actually beating. It's out of concern. It's out of love. He said, my perception totally changed when I heard this, when I saw this. So, coming back to the story, Uddhav, he's the one who's giving advice. So Krishna said, don't apply your intelligence there. Speak as it is, my words. And therefore Uddhav is best servant. The next one. First, C level Yudhishthira. B, Uddhav. Because Krishna revealed about his gopis to Uddhav and sent Uddhav to learn the art of understanding of love from my loved ones, means Braj gopis. But then comes A, the topmost is Haridas Varja, means Shri Giriraj Govardhan. Radharani is seeing Giriraj Govardhan as Haridas, the best of servants of the Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is seeing Giriraj Govardhan as Krishna. Understand? Philosophical point. Gurudev said, if you want to understand more, read Venu Geet. Gurudev said, who's Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu is Krishna. The mood of Radharani is there, but Mahaprabhu is Krishna. And therefore his perception is different. He is seeing Giriraj Govardhan as Krishna. But Radharani, we are more inclined towards worship of Radharani and the words of Radharani. And her perception is from that Bhav Netra, with that emotional, the pure emotions, the transcendental emotions. She is seeing Giriraj Govardhan as the best amongst all the servants of Krishna. Why? This Venu Geet sung by gopis is not in meeting. This happened in separation. Understand? And in that separation, there's so many emotions comes, and they're taking themselves as the maid servants of Krishna. Because separation makes one's humble, meek and humble. But in union, in meeting, Radharani is not humble. It's making Krishna humble. Bow down to me. Massage my feet. And Krishna has to place his peacock feather and flute. You know, that's the favorite topic of Srila Gurudev. He was always very, exciting when he's speaking these topics. Krishna, he takes his peacock feather and flute and he surrenders himself with his two greatest weapon he have. And is very proud and boasting about his peacock feather and flute. He's surrendering to the lotus feet of Radharani and saying, Smargal Khandanam, Mama Shirisi Mandanam, Dehi Pad Pallav Udaram. O Radharani, the poison of separation is rising and it comes to my head. It's difficult to live and survive now. So, the only way to subside that poison of separation is nectar. And where is that nectar? At your lotus feet. So, Dehi Pad Pallav Udaram. Place your lotus feet on my head. Place your lotus feet on my head. I myself fully surrender unto you. Gurudev said, even Jayadev Goswami, his hands were shaking to write this. How is that possible? The Supreme Personality, His Sarva Karanam Karanam, His Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami, that Supreme Lord who is the source of all incarnations and who is Radharani from the Tattva perspective, Anda Chinmay Ras Pratibhavi Tabir Tavi Nij Rup Te Eva Kalami Golok Eva Nivasatim Akhil Atma Bhuto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. Radharani is just the expansion, the potency of Krishna. So from the Tattva Vichar, Jayadev Goswami hands start shaking. How can he write this? It's not possible. But then Krishna came himself and he wrote, with golden letters. This is true. The poison of separation is too bitter and I can't survive with this. So therefore, Radharani, place your lotus feet on my head because the nectar is present there. Smargal Khandanam, Mama Sharisi Mandanam, Dehi Pad Pallav Udaram. You are only my shelter. Bole tuhu bina kaha ras, tuhu lage more brajavas. Krishna is saying, oh Radhe, without you, what is the purpose of my ras? My only intent of ras is to serve you, not to enjoy. Ras Lila is not to enjoy. Ras Lila is there to serve Radharani. She is supreme. Without Radharani, Ras cannot take place. So one of the name, Srila Gurudev said, one of the name of Krishna is Raseshwar, means he is the Lord of Ras. And name of Radharani is Raseshwari. She is the queen or goddess of Ras. But without Radharani, Ras cannot take place. So then what is the importance of the name Raseshwar if Raseshwar is not there? If Radha is not there, Ras cannot take place. So Krishna is saying, Bole tuhu bina kaha Ras, or Radharani, without you Ras Leela cannot take place. Tuhu lagi more Brajavas. Just because of you, I am in Braj. Otherwise, I have no other purpose to live in Braj. Why is Krishna fond of Braj? Because what is Vrindavan? What is Vrindavan? Radharani said, Anyar man man, more man Vrindavan. For others, she said, I don't know. Mind means always acceptance, rejection. Acceptance, rejection. This is the status of mind. But more man Vrindavan. Radharani said, Vrindavan is my heart. And that's why Krishna loves to be on the heart of Shri Radharani. He never wants to go out from that. He always wants to be there. Therefore he said, Vrindavan paritajyam padam ekam na gacchati. I never stepped out of Vrindavan because he's like captured in that love of Shri Vrindavan. The mood of Vrindavan, he just get captured. And Gurudev said, just like a bumblebee. You know, bumblebee, very strong. He can pierce even the wood and the branches of the tree. Is so powerful. But when that bumblebee, he sits on the lotus, and at the sunset, when the lotus closes, the bumblebee is unable to even pierce that soft, tender petals of the lotus. Why? He's so strong, he can even cut the branches of the tree, make a hole there. But he cannot make a hole in that tender petals of lotus because he's totally captivated. He's captured with the love of the flavor of that lotus. Similarly, Vrindavan and the mood of Vrindavan is the heart and the moods of Radharani. Therefore, Vrindavan paritajye. Krishna said, never step out of Vrindavan. I always in Vrindavan. He never goes out from Vrindavan. And therefore, this is the mood of meeting. Understand? Where Krishna bow down to Radharani. Where Radharani extend her feet. Krishna massage me. But this mood totally gets changed in separation. In separation, she becomes very humble. Anath Raman Preshta Kwasi Kwasi Mahabhuja Dasya se Karpanya me Sakhe Darsham Sanidhim. Oh, my beloved Krishna, where are you? I am your maid servant. I want to see you. I want to have your darshan. These words are in separation, not in meeting. So not all the words are same. It differs from if it is meeting Leela or if it is separation Leela. A difference is not same. So when Radharani is singing Venu Geet, this is sung in the mood of separation. Pranay Geet, Yugal Geet, Venu Geet, Brahmar Geet. They all are in separation mood. So, by seeing Shri Giraj Govardhan, first she is just glorifying deer. Oh, these deer are so fortunate. They are not stopped by their husbands. Whereas we get stopped by our husbands. Oh, look at these birds. They are always having darshan without blinking their eyes. They are always looking at Krishna. They are so superior. Oh, look at these clouds. They are always giving shade to Krishna. Wherever they are glancing, Jaha jaha netra pode taha Krishna skore. Wherever they are glancing there, they are seeing Krishna. Means every object is serving Krishna. Clouds, birds, peacock, parrot, cows, calf, earth. This is Venugit. So what they are doing in Venugit? They are imposing their own moods in those other objects. Their own moods. And you know what they are saying? Oh, we don't want to become gopis. This is not a good life of gopis. You know, grass is green on their side. We don't want to become gopis. We want to become a calf. Why? Without any hesitation. Calf can easily come to Krishna and Krishna patting on the calf. We can't get the touch of Krishna because we are gopis. Krishna is placing his lotus feet on this bhumi, on this land of Vrindavan, the soil of Vrindavan. How fortunate! We want to become the soil of Vrindavan, but we don't want to become gopis. Oh, these birds, this peacock, Krishna is placing the feather on his head. We want to become peacock. We want to become this, we want to become this, but we don't want to become gopis. And everyone else want to become gopis, or the maidservant of the gopis. So these words are spoken by the gopis in separation. So after seeing animals, birds, trees, finally when they look towards Giriraj Govardhan, Hanta, alas, this is the word came out from their lotus lips, alas. Haridas Varjeo. Here comes the best of Haridas, means Krishna. Krishna's servant. Why? Why Giriraj Govardhan is best? Again, they are imposing their moods in Giriraj Govardhan, saying that as Giriraj Govardhan is serving Krishna with complete body. Understand? How Giriraj Govardhan is serving? Supplying those water, fruits, flowers, caves, etc. And Krishna is playing on Giriraj Govardhan with his suckers and with his cows. Yeah? So Giriraj Govardhan is entire body, Sarvanga Seva. And who can only and only have copyright to serve Krishna with all the limbs of the body? The suckers? Yashoda Maya? No. Nanda Baba? Raktak Patrak, the servants? Not at all. Only Braj Gopis. Sarvanga Seva, with all the limbs of their body. They serving Krishna. And this is what, with that mood, that how we serve Krishna with all our limbs, with our entire body. Giriraj Govardhan also serving Krishna in the same manner. And that's why Giriraj Govardhan is best amongst all the Haridas. This is Gurudev's. By churning the commentaries of different acharyas. This is called Guru Darshan. This is called Guru Darshan. His philosophical points. You know, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So what is the meaning of Gaudiya? What is the meaning of Gaudiya? Poonam Mataji, what is the meaning of Gaudiya?
Gauri.
Lily, you know?
Me?
Yes. How you define Gaudiya? Okay, today take away this. Take away point. When you take away prasadam, learn this and take away. Anuj, what is the meaning of Gaudiya? Those who are servants of Vishnu, they are called
Vaishnavas.
Vaishnavas. Those who are devotees of Krishna called,
Vaishnavas.
and those who are devotees of Radharani called?
Gauriyas.
Yes. Those who are devotees of Radharani are called Gaudiyas. The prominence of Radharani over Krishna and the words of Radharani more important than the words of Krishna. This is Gurudev's mood, and that's why Gurudev said, even though our Guru Parampara begins from
Krishna.
Krishna and then
Ram.
Narad and then Vyasadeva, then no Shukdev, no. Madhvacharya. You know this song? Nobody sing this in the morning? We should. 3 bhajans, every initiate disciple should sing these 3 bhajans. It takes 10 minutes only. It's mandatory. 3 bhajans. First is Guru Ashtakam. Samsara dava navanida loka Tranaya karunya ghanatvam Pratyasya kalyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaya Vindam. See, even that small baby knows this. Then the next is Guru Parampara. Krishna haite chaturmukha Hai Krishna sevan mukha Brahma haite narade ramati Narada haite vyasa Madhva kahe vyasa dasa Puna pragya padmanamagati Nihari madhava अक्षोभ्या परमांसे शिष्यावली अंगीकार करे अक्षोभेर शिष्य जय धर्म नाम परिचय तार दासे ज्ञान सिंधु तारे. Anyways, long. This is second. And third, Vrindavanavasi Jata Vaishnavera Gana Prathame Vandana Kari Savara Charana Nilachalavasi Jata Mahaprabhu Gana Bhumite Padiya Mando Savara Charana Navadipavasi Jata Mahaprabhur Bhakta Savara Charana Mando Hayayadura. Then Je Deshe Vese Gaurange Ragana Udabahu Kari Mando Savara Charana. Such a beautiful bhajan. First of all, praying to, begging the mercy of Vrindavan Vasis. Then Navdeep. Then Puri. And in the 4th stanza, Je Deshe De Jesi. Wherever the Gauranga devotees, with my hand raised, I pay obeisances to them for their blessings. Including Alachua. Yeah. Arjun want to mention his name.
Oh, it's a Gora.
Arjuna.
Gora just came, so.
I know. He always comes with some excitement, purpose. So, Je Deshe Vese Gaurange Raga. Wherever the devotees of Mahaprabhu, I humbly pay obeisances from far distance to all of them. So these 3 songs, very important to sing every morning. This should be part of our anik, means the mantras. When you sing these bhajans, then you chant mantras, it's going to take you a different level. Then it's, like a connection. This connectivity, Wi-Fi get connected there. It's a good connection. So this is the mood of Srila Gurudev. Concluding here, we are very fortunate. We got to hear such high conclusion of the Shastras, the details of the Shastras, and the mood of Sri Radharani, which is everywhere. Gurudev said, I am not saying something different. Sorry, I missed that point. Even though Guru Parampara is Krishna Brahmaji and all, Narad, Ved Vyas, Gurudev said, my Guru Parampara is a little different from others. My Guru Parampara is Radharani, Lalita Sakhi, Rupa Manjari, Kamala Manjari, Nainmani Manjari, Vinod Manjari. This is my Guru Parampara. Why? Because Krishna himself claims. For others, Guru Parampara begins from Krishna to Brahma, right? But that Krishna, same Krishna, is going down to Radharani. He said, Radhika Prem Guru, Ami Shishya Nat, Sada Amanana, Nitya Nachay Utpat. Radharani is my Prem Guru. Krishna took this flag of victory, not his victory. You know, one who get defeated, the king who get defeated, he takes the flag of the other king who won the battle. Krishna always get defeated and he is taking that flag of victory of Radharani and claiming, Radhika Prem Guru. She is my Guru, Guru of my Prema, and I am her disciple. So then our Guru Parva begins from where? From Radharani to Krishna. In the same mood Krishna imparted in the heart of Brahmaji by giving Chatushloki Bhagavatam. How is that possible? Is there any link with this? I am making this link. The original Guru is Radharani. Krishna claims. How we can disobey Krishna's words? He is saying Radharani is my Prem Guru and I am her disciple. And the same Guru Parampara from Radharani to Krishna, then Krishna is imparting this knowledge in the heart of Brahmaji before creation, second canto Bhagavatam, where Krishna spoke 4 shlokas of Bhagavatam to Brahmaji. And at very first shloka, when Krishna raised his index finger, touching on his chest, and is claiming, Aham evasam evadre nanya sat asat chaparam pashat aham yo avshishyati so asmin aham. What is the meaning? I was there before creation, I am there in creation, and I am going to be after creation. Yes? 3 times in this shloka the word aham comes. Aham means I. I. But where were you? He's saying I am before creation. So Vishnu Chakur Thakur is saying, when Krishna is saying, he commented, Vishnu Chakur Thakur commenting when Krishna is saying, I was there before creation. That doesn't mean Krishna was just alone. He was with all his associates, the entire Vrindavan Parikar and his Vrindavan Dham. Just like if we say, the king has arrived Alachua. The king has arrived to Alachua to see this beautiful center. That doesn't mean king has to come alone driving his car. He will come with all his entourage, ministers, police, military, everyone, guards. But the newspaper says what? King has come. It's not going to mention each and every name. So when Krishna said, I was there prior to creation, means he was not alone. He was with his Radharani. But where were you, Krishna? Before creation, in creation, and after creation? There's a question to Krishna. And Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, in his commentaries on this, he said, Rasa Leela. I am always in Rasa Leela. I never leave Rasa Leela. So the same mood, Guru Parampara, from Radharani to Krishna, and Krishna is giving the same message to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is giving to Naraji, and Naraji is giving to Ved Vyas. How Naraji giving to Ved Vyas? Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pratyapya male apashyat purusham purnam mayasat padashrayam. You know this verse, right? When Naraji gave knowledge, imparted the knowledge in the heart of Vyasadeva, and after all that episode happened, Vyasadeva, he sat in meditation, and in that samadhi, he saw what? Bhakti yogena manasi. In that Bhakti Yoga Samadhi. Which Bhakti Yoga Samadhi? Sadhan Bhakti, Bhav Bhakti or Prema Bhakti? One can only see Krishna and the entire pastime of Krishna in Prema Bhakti, not in Bhav Bhakti. So in that Prema Bhakti Yoga, Shri Vyasadeva, he saw the entire pastimes of Krishna. That means he also saw Ras Leela. This is called hierarchy. Guru Parampara. And Gurudev said, my Guru Parampara begins from Shri Radharani. He never ever compromised. Even though so many counter questions were being attacked to Srila Gurudev lovingly by Shri Trikram Goswami Maharaj, but Gurudev he never ever compromised. He defeated everyone else. The supremacy of Radharani, which is mentioned by Shri Rupa Goswami, all the acharyas, and even openly spoken by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are followers of Mahaprabhu. Who's Mahaprabhu? He begged to Radharani. Who? The Krishna. He begged to Radharani. Give me your mood and your complexion. So he is eternally indebted to Radharani. You understand? God, if I take some loan from you, can you please give me $100,000 and mercifully, compassionate, you give me, okay, Maharaj, this is for your temple, $100,000 loan. Yeah. And then every month, again I'm coming to God and saying, can you give me 5,000? Why? Because I have to repay you? Does it make any sense? I'm coming again to him asking money to repay his loan. Does it make any sense? Krishna is like this. Gurudev said, and in Ras Leela, Krishna folded his hands and sang to Radharani the favorite verse of Srila Gurudev, Na pareham nirvadya samvijam susadu krita vibhuddhiyo shapiva. I cannot repay your loan. Repay your debt. I cannot repay your debt. And therefore, I want to repay this. So therefore, beg, borrow, steal, with any means, Krishna came to Radharani and he borrowed. Can you give me your complexion? Can you give me your mood? What is this? Does it make sense? You are already indebted of love of Radharani. Yeah? And now you again borrowing from Radharani to repay the debt. It doesn't make any sense. So he is eternally indebted to Radharani. The prem of Shri Radharani. This is the mood of Srila Gurudev. Gaur Premanande. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai. O Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai. Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai. O Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai. Bolo बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय. बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय. बोलो राधा कुंड वाली की जय जय जय. बोलो राधा कुंड वाली की जय जय जय. ओ राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय, राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय. राधा रानी की जय, ठाकुरानी की जय, राधा रानी की जय, ठाकुरानी की जय. बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय. बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय. ओ जय राधे श्री राधे, जय राधे जय श्री राधे, जय राधे. ओ जय राधे श्री राधे, जय राधे श्री राधे, जय राधे श्री राधे, जय राधे श्री राधे. ओ राधे 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 जय 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 श्री राधे राधे निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे श्री गुरुदेव की जय प्रभुपाद की जय Hare Krishna. So we concluding here, and tomorrow we have morning session. Right? Tomorrow going to be the last program with me here. Morning session we're going to hear more glories of Srila Gurudev by other devotees, as well as I'm going to contribute to that. Hare Krishna. Mahaprasad ki. The fourth P is Prasad.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhakti Maharaj. Jai.